Dave made this beat.
Welcome. It's your boy A-Dub.
Your boy Strizzy back in the building. What's good, y'all?
And Marcus is live with us from the jump. Sorry about that.
Oh. I wasn't on there.
We're back.
Not bad. Caught me off guard, dog.
The panel's just going full strength from jump right now. So this is Say Like a Champ, episode 172. We're back in the building. I want to say welcome to all. Another beautiful Tuesday here in the building. We got some slackers already. We got Kelly, of course. We'll find out in just a minute why she's so early. And we got Unk in here. Hello from Texas. And then we got Anthony Wesson also checking in. What's good. And Grace as well. Hello. So also some weather talk going on. There heard some really bad storms, but it looks like Unk is okay, and then Anthony had a tornado. So Anthony, hopefully you and the fam are all good.
Sure.
But thank you guys for being in the building with us. We appreciate your likes, your engagement, your comments along the way. And for those that watch, later on or are watching live and just don't comment it, just don't be afraid to be part of the show. We love that. We love to hear y'all's opinions about what's going on. So
absolutely.
Before we get too far into it, though, Strizzy, with your check-in, tell us how we're doing, man. Tell us what's good with you.
Really good, man. It's like I got another paid gig as far as social media content creator goes, so that's actually really cool. New little game from the App Store coming out, or I think it's already out, but they're doing some sort of like campaign thing for it. So they actually reached out to me, so that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Anytime, you know what I'm saying, do some stuff like that is always really, really dope because that's what I'm trying to do all the time.
Exactly. Start making those connections, start stacking those gigs. That's what
I'm trying to get like Marcus. No, I'm trying to get like Marcus on.
You get her there.
Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Like you got followers.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get like Marcus, man. I'm trying to be dolphin on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be chilling with my boy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, things are going good. Panthers got another dub, which is always makes my weekend. You know what I'm saying? So. Shout out to the boys. But aside from that, man, how y'all doing?
Doing good. I've been working on some different stuff. I'm trying to do something with my YouTube channel. I'm gonna do a little 12 days of YouTube. A little challenge to end the year off right. You know what I'm saying? Trying to build some momentum going into next year. So wish me luck on that. Some things will be coming along with that. So
you got it.
Yeah. Gonna be doing that. But other than that, same old. What about you, Marcus? Anything you want to comment on before we dive into our sports recap?
I'm trying to comment on Unk's comment right here. That's crazy, dog. Can we have that happen?
Let's see. The company truck was destroyed last year while driving back up north to a project site. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Unk, were you in the company car? Hopefully you were okay and you weren't in there.
Yeah, hopefully it was using the house or something. It didn't happen, brother.
Yeah.
Dang.
Weather
definitely crazy.
All the weather.
I think we're very fortunate. Like I love living in Arizona, you know what I'm saying? We don't get anything too crazy.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit chilly though. I won't lie.
I know.
It's been the last couple of nights.
Frosty.
I know we don't have much nerve to complain compared to some other places, but that's cold for us, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
So yeah, that's what's up. Oh dang. Unk was in the car, but hopefully everything is okay though. But yes. Thank you for keeping us updated on the weather front. We're gonna go ahead and jump into these topics for the night. And our first topic, we're gonna go straight to the scoreboard. We're gonna do a little bit backwards, but let's get straight to it. What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tune to NFL talk. Let's get it. All right, NFL talk. Oh, my bad. We're gonna jump into the thing, but of course, I gotta share my screen. We're gonna jump straight into the scoreboard, like I was talking about the Week 14 scoreboard. Strizzy, you did mention your Panthers got a dub, a big win up north in Seattle. Congrats to your squad. And how are you feeling? How are you feeling after this weekend?
Actually, it's funny. Like, we're starting to build. I mean, I would have really honestly loved to, have hey, talking about someone losing their job, but I really wanted Matt Rule to kind of be out of the job last season when this last season ended. Not that doesn't necessarily mean that Wilkes would have got the job to start it, but if he did, we'd probably be in a better situation if he would have started the season off. But I love what he's done so far. We went into a very hostile environment. You know what I'm saying? Got a huge road dub against actually a really good Seahawks team that nobody expected to be this good. So defense played well. We didn't turn the ball over, and we also got 2 turnovers. So we keep playing like that where we put ourselves in really good shape. And I really love what Wilkes is doing. I hope he gets to keep the job. And I feel like if the only way he doesn't get the job, I hope we get a really fair shot at the defensive coordinator for the Niners. I think D'Amico Ryan. So if we can keep one of those 2 guys for our head coaching job next year, like I'll be set. And we get a pretty poor Steelers team this week, and the Bucks get a tough game against the Bengals this week. So you know what I mean. If we can keep it rolling, man, we're in good shape to hopefully take that division. So we can get the playoffs. And like Alex always says, man, playoffs come around, man, it's 0-0. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Once you get in, you never know. Yeah. That is what's up. Yeah, I think if Steve Wilkes doesn't get the head coaching job, then that just means the owner wanted something more flashy. Because he's done everything he can. I feel like to earn that job and to show that he's
completely qualified
for it.
Completely agree.
We'll see.
I think they make the playoffs. He definitely gonna keep the job. So
yeah, I think
you got to give him that chance. And he won it seems like he's won the locker room. Those guys are playing hard for him. So
100%, man. They have wild around him big time. So he's definitely won the locker room. They're excited. Winning cures everything, they always say. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely,
you see the locker room atmosphere after these games, man. Everyone's just happy. They're wilding. You know what I'm saying? They're partying and stuff like that. So Wilkes has done a really, really good job. And I would actually love to see him get to keep that job. As long as we don't turn the ball over and put points up. I said at the beginning of the year, like if we can just get points on the board, we win so many games that we've lost. Like so many teams, we held to 3 points in the first half. The problem was either we didn't score or we were also held to 3 points. So it's like, we put some points on the board, man. We win a lot of those games that we lost. So, offense can keep rolling. We're running the ball just as good as anybody right now. So let's don't turn it over, man. We got a shot.
Definitely. Well, from one great team performance from one of the, our favorite teams to a poor performance by the Cowboys. Marcus, I definitely want to get your opinion on the Cowboys-Texans game. I mean, a win is a win. We'll take that, any day of the week. It'll look the same at the end of the year on the win-loss column. But what did you think about Sunday's game with the Texans-Cowboys?
Well, Houston, they always play us hard. Like I knew before the game that it's going to be a tough game. And even we play sports. When you play against a team that has nothing to lose, they had no pressure on them. They lose. They just want to go out there and play. It's hard to against those kind of guys when you have pressure on you to win big in this game,
Mm-hmm.
So the Texans, they had nothing to lose, so it was an easy game for them. So they're gonna always play well with that, Even though I think we played okay, I think the old Cowboys will have lost that game, but the defense showed why they one of the top defenses around. The interception on the 4-yard line, his game's over there right there. But they hung tight, and the Houston Texans helped us out by going for it, and we stopped them. But I think Dak definitely has to play a little better. It's kind of weird when I say this, but all his interception is like it's not like a blatant. Besides that one on the 4-yard line was like a blatant. He threw it to that guy, but the other one is getting tipped or he getting hit or something like that. It just not trying to make a screw for him, but he doesn't have to make some better plays. I think it has to do with play calling too, because that game wouldn't have been close when it's fourth and whatever on the. They stopped us 3 times. Kick the field goal, don't go for it, you know what I'm saying? So things like that, we should have scored. The game wouldn't have been close, but it's just different things that happen, like the fumble by a kick returner, they right there on the goal line, they score, if they don't happen, it won't be a close game. So I think we were fine, The Eagles had a close game too with the Colts too, and they didn't give them a hard time. But we are the Cowboys, so they're gonna make everything bigger than what it is. But I think we'll be just fine. So it's kind of get there, but we got some injuries too. That's some big injuries that happen for us. So I don't know, man. So we got to see how it happens, how it goes. But we did get some good pickups too, so that's gonna kind of help us.
Yeah, I do think my biggest takeaway from this game is that injury to Terrence Steele on the left tackle. That's gonna hurt our line because that's where we do draw our strength. But this was hopefully like a wake up type game for the Cowboys. because in the past we talked about even the Colts game could have went differently, even though we ended up blowing them out in the fourth quarter. It's like we can't always expect, the ball to just bounce our way and for that thing to happen that kind of breaks our way to kind of get us on a roll. This week it was the opposite. It was us, muffing the punt and having those turnovers to keep giving the momentum away. So I do like that they came through and won that game, but hopefully they take it as a lesson learned. Unk says Dak needs to start showing the Cowboys why the Cowboys invested so much in him. No excuses, you got to shine even if the team is struggling. And I think like that 2-minute drive at the end kind of was that chance for him to shine and just kind of not totally erase everything that happened, but to show that he's still kind of can toughen up and to kind of strap down. So
and we gotta realize too, people he won't say it. His thumb's still not right. I think his thumb is still messed up. I think you keep the ball, it's just kind of hard. It's kind of, I'm saying? Sometimes he normally does. He's still trying to get used to that thumb, especially when you get hit on that thumb or get, something happen.
Yeah.
And like I say, he's not gonna say anything, but I think it's still a factor too why he's doing that.
Yeah, I think that is the case too. Sometimes, I'm like half and half. So one I will say is that a lot of times when these guys get injured and they come back, during the season time, they're always rushed to get back, right? It's always like
he definitely rushed
4 to 6 weeks, but like I'm trying to get back in 4. You know what I mean? Like that's just when you are probably okay to play, but you should probably wait to 6. You know what I'm saying? And he came back really quick. I think he beat the timetable too. So like I do agree with that. It's probably still not all the way right, and he's still getting hit every day. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
But I think one of the things that I would like to see Dak do is just play the way he plays in the second half of the season, the way he does in the first half of the season. I feel like Dak always starts off kind of really strong. Maybe not so much this season, but years prior, he always starts out crazy, right? 400 yards a game, throwing 3 or 4 touchdowns, and then towards the later of the season, defense really starts to pick up and starts carrying you guys a little bit. At least it's the way it's been like the last couple of seasons. So like going into the playoffs, I want to see Dak just playing a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like I think Pops alluded to it last week too. Dak has to play better. Interceptions got to kind of stop a little bit. Against a better team, that's a loss. You know what I mean? So we'll see though. But defense is still going to get you guys where you guys need to go. So hopefully they can figure it out, get right before the playoffs start, because y'all are in there for sure.
Most definitely, yeah. That reminds me, where is Pops though? I wanted to hear his opinion on this game, but we'll have to see if he jumps in.
Yo, Pops, going in here, brother.
Where you at? Where you at,
dog?
Let's see. Looking at the scoreboard, the Lions was with a big not upset. I guess they were favored, but a big victory, I would say, at home against the Vikings, considering their 2 records. So that's what's up for them. The Chiefs over the Broncos. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't the kind of beatdown we expected, but they got the job done and they did clinch a playoff position there. The Ravens Steelers, that one was kind of an ugly game, but Kenny Pickett, the rookie, did go into concussion protocol. I feel like that affected the game a little bit.
Yeah.
There he is.
There you go.
Oh, that's what it is. Thanks, Pops, for checking in, though. Yeah. Appreciate it. I know you're out there working hard, so
put your feet up, man. Get you a cold one, brother.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Lights in the top freezer for sure.
But we got to have your thoughts, though, Pops. What you think about the game? You think it's just one of them days, or you think we need some help? What you think, man?
Yeah, I want to know that too.
So what you think about the pickup we got though with
T.Y. Hilton? Yeah, it's interesting. I guess I like it better than OBJ just because he can get into the program now and start working with it. So I don't know. We'll see, but hopefully it's not really needed. Like hopefully, the offense
it's needed
up to it. You think it's needed to
because
that extra playmaker?
Yeah, because the reason why I say it's needed, because even this game, like CeeDee Lamb couldn't get nothing going because they the whole game they just doubled him pretty much. Like we take you out the game, let everybody else beat us. So when you have, to me, I think what we'll do, because Noah Brown, he had like some big clutch catches. I will put him on the outside, him and Gallup on the outside to get that vertical, and then have CD and T.Y. do those slant, like the slide, like that, opened up, even also with the tight ends too. So I think we needed that one more guy to come out there to kind of open up, because right now you can't you can double CD because everybody else not that type of receiver. So I think he'll be good for us, man. So I think it'd be good for us.
Absolutely. Let's see. I got to get into it. Oh, what's that?
I think his health plays a huge role too. His last couple of seasons, he's been more injured than healthy, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that works too.
Yeah, for sure. I do want to jump into the comments real quick. I want to welcome Robert to the show. Robert Crofts, what's good? Welcome to the show. Thank you for commenting. I live in the world where the Lions are for real. I know it is crazy. You remember Robert though? From we all used to link up and talk sports. So
what up though?
For checking in on the show. Let's see. Ankh says Baker Mayfield gets a win. Is Stafford in danger of losing his job?
Close.
No.
Yeah, no. It was a feel-good story for sure. You know what I'm saying? The way that the everything fell into place, and they needed that drive, but no.
He keep headbutting. His career gonna be over real fast.
I know. I was like, he need to relax.
He'll be right there in the concussion protocol too. So let's see. Anthony Weston though says in regards to the Chiefs Broncos, Chiefs were up 27-0 and started messing around.
Yeah.
But
I thought that was so quick. I turned around. It was 21-27. I was like, yo, hold up. I was like, yo, wait a minute. I said, what happened? I was like, damn.
Right.
Messed up something.
What had happened though? Brock Purdy, weird name, played well. I definitely want to talk about him a little bit more on the next slide. But yeah, he was looking pretty sharp. Strizzy, you think that he could be the future of the Niners?
I do. I really do. Think about it. Marcus, think about it for a second. What has Jimmy G truly actually showed you that makes you think he's the future of the 49ers?
No,
we
Trey
ain't
Lance.
seen nothing from Trey Lance yet.
But Trey Lance is that guy. Stop it. This guy only played one
You've
game.
seen Trey Lance in 2 games. How is he that guy?
We haven't seen him with the team he got right now with CMC. He have him. Okay, we gonna see with no Debo out there. We're gonna see how this guy played in this game. I'm just saying, I'm not big on him yet.
Debo was out pretty. Man, he was fine without Debo Samuel. Look, I'm gonna put it like this: Kyle Shanahan's a great coach. He's gonna put Brock Purdy in a position to win, just like he does for Jimmy G, and just like he'll probably do for Trey Lance too. He hasn't had to change the playbook for Brock Purdy. He's made deep throws. He's made underneath throws. He's made every throw that dude needs to make in order to win games. I'm with you last week. I said the same thing. I said the same thing. I was like, that defense from the Bucs is going to get after him, and we're going to see how he really plays. He dismantled them, bro. It was that game wasn't even going to be 35-7. They got lucky on that touchdown. They were going to hold it. That game was 35-3, real easy. I'm not saying he's like completely their future, but I will say he's shown me that the week prior wasn't a fluke and went out and beat a really good team and beat up. Well, I won't say a really good team, but a team that should be better than what they are.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it, but I still need to see a bigger sample size. But he was the first ever player to beat Tom Brady in his first NFL start. And also, I think he's like, man, Tom Brady has been in the league as old as he is, basically.
Yeah.
So that is pretty
cool.
Cool
like that though, because like he don't play Tom Brady. He plays the Bucs defense.
Right.
So like, I know they brought that up, and I'm like, it's not like he plays Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to go out and beat that defense.
Yeah, I feel you. I still need to see the bigger sample size though too. Let's see. Going back to the Cowboys, Pop says we were flat, but Dak showed what he can do and must do when the game is on the line. Signed a real wide receiver. Anthony Weston says, would you guys have rather had Cole Beasley?
Not at all.
Yeah, I'm okay. But Cole Beasley did sign back to the Buffalo Bills.
Really?
Earlier today. So congratulations to him. I don't know what that says. I just think that's really damning evidence for Isaiah McKenzie. He was supposed to take over for Cole Beasley all these years up at Buffalo, and I guess can't do it. Jalen Hurts leading the MVP race. Do you guys agree with Unc on this one?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll put it like this: he is leading because he's a new face and everything. Even though Pat Mahomes has better stats right now, but I think in the long run, I think Jalen Hurts wins the MVP. Yeah,
I'm thinking just based off too, it's supposed to be MVP, but it always does go off the team record as well. And they're like kind of the darling team of this year as far as being the most dominant, having that good record. So I would say so too. What's that?
I said they just can't slip up because they'll look for any reason to give it to Pat Mahomes. So
well, they're gonna slip up in the playoffs. They're not gonna win the Super Bowl and like that.
But
they're doing good now. So, but I think he's a good dude. So I think he deserves it. Everything he went through, getting benched and all that. Last year he wasn't that good. This year he comes and playing like this. You gotta give it to him, man. You gotta give it. We expect it from Pat Mahomes. He's supposed to do what he's doing. So I think he definitely leading. I think he's gonna definitely win it too.
I agree with you. I know he's the favorite right now too, just from a gambling perspective.
But too, last time this happened, equal quarterback around the same time, something happened. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Marcus got that wishful thinking right now.
Yeah. Let's see. Anthony Weston says Baker is going to probably end up like Teddy Bridgewater. Pop says Mayfield is a big time loser. Doesn't deserve any more chances. He had the best running game and couldn't get it done.
I totally agree. No, he's done.
Unk says Baker better be saving up all that money, that commercials money for sure. Kelly, we do have to give a shout out to Kelly for winning the pick'em. She's on the next slide, and actually we'll go ahead and move to the next slide right here. But she said she felt good last minute when she changed her pick to the Rams. Must have had some of that blind faith from Mom's team, but that's what's up though. But yeah, Here for the Snacks did win the Yahoo pick'em last week, so congrats, Kelly. That's multiple. You're doing a really good job this year. Multiple Super Bowl squares coming your way.
Big things.
Let's see. Pop said that the Eagles have the best record, but he's not the MVP. And
who's the MVP then?
Anthony Weston says should come down to if you take. Wait, he said come down to if you take each off the team whose roster is better. Chiefs defense is struggling, so he wants Mahomes. Let's see. I don't know. But let's see. A couple more things we wanted to talk about. Kyler Murray did go down for the season. The Cardinals have been struggling. I mean, there's not much really, I guess, to say too much, but their season, I mean, has kind of been over, but now officially over with Kyler Murray out. Do you think though that he is the quarterback long term, or is Cliff Kingsbury the coach long term?
Well, they paid him all that money, so he's gonna be quarterback long term.
Yeah, he got 189 guaranteed, so he's not going nowhere. Kingsbury might make the last game. He might, but he won't be there next year. He'll be the OC in New England because they need an OC, so that's what he'll be.
Gotcha.
But he would not be the coach next year.
I don't even think Kyler plays next year.
Oh, dang. Well, because just the timetable recovery and everything like that.
He playing next year. We paid you this money. Oh, you playing? You go rehab and you get out there.
That's why I think he won't play because they did pay him all that money. So like it depends on when he comes back. It depends on his rehab. If he can get like if he can get lucky enough to come out like what's his face did and healed in that 9 month span, he might come back. But if it's a long recovery and they're like 3-8, 3-9 or something like that next season when he gets to come back, they're not going to bring him back for the remainder of the season.
Well, he can come back before the 12th game though, can he?
Come back for what?
You said 39. That's 12 games. So
ACL tears, man, they're just so different on everybody. Like I said, he could have a miraculous recovery or he could be an extended recovery. You know what I mean? So it just depends.
Is it official as ACL?
Yeah, it's official ACL.
Yeah, I think he had surgery today or already.
Did he have the surgery already? I didn't know if he did or not.
He definitely be back. I would say game 5, he'll be back.
All right, that's the timetable.
If I paid you that much, you get out there, brother.
You better be getting it right.
189 guarantee. You think you gonna take a break this year? You crazy?
He said he gonna be out there on one leg, and Marcus got something to say about it.
Yeah, and Anthony Weston, educating me on this, but they literally just recently Cliff Kyler for sure. He's untradeable on that contract and injury. Yeah, definitely not untradeable. So
that's crazy to me.
I just don't know if he's the right solution, but I guess he will be around. Robert says Cardinals need a reboot. Unk says Cardinals need to bring back Kurt Warner. I don't even know if he could help him.
You talking about for coaching to coach them?
Let's see. So these are the current playoff pictures. I did want to shout out ESPN's playoff predictor. It's pretty cool. On their website, they have a little this little predictor software that you can change the outcomes of like the next 3 weeks to see like who would get into the playoffs or not. But this is just based on the current projections. And I'm wondering though, now with Cincinnati kind of getting on a roll, could they potentially go back to back in the AFC, or who do you see on the AFC side as being the biggest threat?
I love the Bengals, but I have a feeling it's going to be Chiefs and Kansas City again. That's a Kansas City. Bengals and Kansas City again. But yeah, man, I think Bengals are getting hot again at the right time. They're getting healthy again at the right time. I love Buffalo. I want to see them get a Super Bowl, but like I feel like they won't fuck it up somehow.
Yeah.
I don't trust them. I agree. I think it's gonna be Bengals or Chiefs, and the way the Bengals got the Chiefs number,
Yeah.
I don't know, because I just think Perrine and Joe Mixon come back to playoffs. You got two backs like that. It's gonna be hard to beat those guys, especially when your defense is struggling. So,
especially getting Perrine involved, you know what I'm saying? Like they use Mixon a lot, and now that when Mixon went down and Perrine came in there and actually performed like he did, now they're looking at it like, cool, we don't need to use Mixon as much. We can get Perrine involved in there. And Perrine's he's a bigger dude. you seen the back-to-back stiff arms. He's been dribbling dudes' heads into the ground like that. That's crazy. So, and the Chiefs' run defense is not good. So we'll see how that
and
goes.
Then you still got you got three good receivers in Chase, and you got those other two guys, Boyd and what's it, Higgins, I think it is. It's man.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see, man.
Boyd,
Anthony Weston said the Chiefs need to avoid Cincy for as long as possible.
Exactly. If he's lucky enough, maybe the Bills might got to play Cincinnati or something like that first. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. On the NFC side, who you guys think is the biggest threat? Is it the Eagles, or is there another sleeper out there?
I think it's Eagles. I think they're the only one that you be. They're the only one I think you'll be certain about, because other teams on here, the Giants, they might not make the playoffs by the way they playing. The Vikings got beat by the Lions and got blew out. And then Washington and San Francisco got injuries. Dallas, we inconsistent. In Tampa Bay, they probably won't make it either. So definitely the Eagles. I think they own a complete team right now.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are very, very complete. They're able to score. Their defense is holding too. Like, they're a really good team.
Yeah.
Well, I still don't trust them that much to win the Super Bowl, though. I don't know about the Super Bowl type thing. I don't think they'll win the Super Bowl.
This might be one of the more interesting playoffs we've had in a while, though.
Especially on the NFC side, yeah.
Yeah, because there's just not that dominant team out there. The Cowboys, I want to really see something out of them in a couple weeks when they play the Eagles on Christmas Eve. I feel like that'll give us a good indication where they're at. But I also hope they don't just like blow their best game on that. You know what I'm saying? Because it really won't matter if they have to go back again later on. So
I know, man. I don't know. I always say, man, like it's tough when you play in the first one because they might see them get in the playoffs. So I'm like, you definitely want to win both, but man, it's gonna be tricky. It's hard to beat them. Plus, they're a division game, so
yeah,
it's gonna be tough.
We'll see. So that's pretty much all, though, I think we have for NFL talk. I was looking here. But I did want to say, check out Secure the Bag on Thursday at noon. We'll be dropping our Week 15 picks. There's all teams are going to be in action. There's no more bye weeks, and we're getting into the nitty gritty of fantasy playoffs as well. So that's what's up. Right. So Anthony's talking about the Chiefs' run defense.
Yeah, you're right. But I think the pass defense and Bengals pass attack is crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. I think we got pretty much most of the comments over there, but Kelly did put a comment. She said she did send a picture in. If I click over here, so I'm going to try to click on her name here and let's see what happened. Oh, what is this? This is definitely not. That's her, I guess, with all her trophies. No, it's there for you. It's there for you. So, but I would remind you guys that if you do send in a picture, we will post it up there for you.
Oh, man.
All right, let's keep this thing moving, though. Let's get into our next topic. All right, NBA talk. Not a lot of crazy news as far as the in-season stuff is going, but I did put up the standings so we could kind of just, kind of start the conversation about who's playing well right now and who we like or what's going on in the league. But I did have one story that I wanted to talk about on the left-hand side as far as the trophies go. The NBA, they just rebranded their trophies, their season award trophies, and I was curious to see what you guys thought about this. But leading off with that, it is now the MVP trophy is now the Michael Jordan MVP trophy, and that is a picture of what it looks like there. I don't know if it's supposed to be he's going up for a dunk. I don't know why he's like leaning back like that. But what do you guys think about the new trophy names and them kind of branding it after former players?
They couldn't use his jump man. Is that too?
Yeah, that's probably a trademark. You probably
Yeah,
can
you know
use
what I'm
that.
saying?
That's why I was like, at least use something closer to like what we've seen before.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe the half court or the half court, the free throw dunk, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, the trophy itself is kind of weird, but also I don't know. Like, I mean, it's cool though that it's Michael Jordan MVP. I mean, he won it a bunch of times, but why can't it just be the MVP trophy? I don't know.
I feel you on that. I'm with you on that. I feel like if they were gonna do it, I guess it's kind of cool that they're kind of like revamping them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been a little while, but I'm with you. Like, we don't need it to be named after somebody. Like, it could just be the NBA MVP award. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, I agree. Marcus, what were you gonna say? Pops is ready. Clearly, the great.
I didn't even say nothing yet.
He directed that comment at you specifically. Like, it could have just.
Mike deserved. I think he deserves the trophy. I like the names. I think that's pretty cool. Just so these young people can see, you know what I'm saying? They might ask like, who's Akeem Olajuwon? Who's John Novacek? So they might look them up and see who they really are. I just wish we could have made one for Kobe. I think Kobe should have got something on one of these. To me, that would have been kind of cool. Yeah. So that's just my opinion on if you're gonna do names. Like, we should have got Kobe in some kind of way because I think he did win Rookie of the Year before. So I just think maybe that would have been cool set up with Chamberlain. But
no, I think Allen Iverson got Rookie of the Year that year. But
he didn't get it. He never got it.
No.
Oh, okay.
But when you think about it though, like you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they may be working on a logo. Maybe
exactly. Yeah, they gotta do something for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. They gotta do something for him.
But I do like the names though. I think that's kind of cool. I think it started with the All-Star when they gave Bill Russell the MVP award, and it started like that. So I think it's kind of cool. To put people's name on it and keep them alive. So pretty cool.
I feel you. Yeah, from that perspective, I that makes more sense though. I appreciate that because it does remind me too of like the college trophies. Like, they have like the name on it, right? And it's like and it's kind of like more branded. It does kind of keep those players alive. So so that is pretty.
Yeah, and Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? He should get it because he dominated people like Clyde Drexler and like the guy from the Cavaliers with the Echo or something like that. And he dominated people like Herschel Hawkins. He should do. He dominated those guys. Guys we don't know who they are. So yeah, he should get it. He never dominated people good as him. So it's all good.
I like it. We'll see. We know Pops is over there right now. The other story too, though, we definitely didn't talk about, but it was happened, I think, right after our show last week, though, that Brittany Griner was released. I do want to talk about that too, and see what your guys' feelings were about. I saw people joking around like who won the trade, things like that, but in all seriousness, what were you guys' thoughts about Brittany Griner coming home?
I think the whole thing was terrible. Like, I think the whole thing was pushed out of proportion. She should have never been there. But Russia's, they're not dumb. They smart. They were trying to find some kind of way to do that trade, So they found a situation they could, and they capitalized on it. And at the same time, I think Brittany Griner knew the whole time she wasn't going to be there long because you can kind of look at her. I think she felt that she wasn't going to do that. Maybe she didn't. Maybe that's her face all the time. But I think they definitely won that trade, and there's other people out there that should have came home too. But I'm just happy she's home, man. Because 9 years over that little something, that'd have been bad.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, Pops coming in hot with the comments.
Man, I was just, it's funny, man. I was literally just gonna say I want to hear what Pops and Unc have to say. Unc being the military veteran, you know what I'm saying? I kind of want to see what Unc felt about this. I'm happy she's home. She deserves to be here. She should have never been there in the first place. But I can't necessarily say that the trade makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, was there no other way to get her home? You know what I'm saying? To give back one of the world's deadliest arms dealer, that's ever been known, especially with Russia right now, currently at war with Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm glad she's home, man. She needs to be home. I'm glad she's back where she should be. You shouldn't be locked up for something that foolish in the first place. But it's like I just feel like the trade itself is one just greatly outweighs the other. It does, you know, from a country standpoint.
Well, I think it's fair to say both. You know what I'm saying? I agree. Like you know, you can be glad that she's home and still think it was the way it went down wasn't quite right.
Yeah.
But I do think though one thing I will say is there's a lot of talk about like, you know, her like kind of transitioning back and like you know, like mental health awareness type of things like that, and like the trauma of what she went through. And I just hope, like, not to diminish any of that, but I just hope that they think about those type of things for like our people that are incarcerated right here in the US and have to come home and transition back into, you know, trying to move on and, you know, kind of return to the community, because, you know, this is becoming like a bigger story and it's putting a lot of attention on it. But it's like there are a lot of people in similar situations and also that are just incarcerated or, you know, kind of you know, put behind bars for different random reasons that might not seem fair. So
one thing we gotta do though, on a serious point, we gotta do this. You gotta look at Brittany Griner, whether she's your daughter, whether she's your sister, whether she's your aunt, whether she's, you know what I'm saying, she's a friend, and you ask you whether her trade the other guy for her. Yes, no question. You're gonna say yes.
Yeah.
So you always got, you can't think about the political thing. You gotta think, what if she was your blood? You gonna, is a trade fair? Yes, it's fair.
Whatever, yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we gotta always think about that. That's somebody's daughter, somebody's wife, somebody's sister, like that. You gotta think about that too, because it's not about celebrating her. It's about being a human being. She shouldn't have been in the first place. So if you gotta trade, you gotta trade all the bad people and from Russia to go back, and then yeah, it's my family. I'm saying yeah, it's fair. So that's my opinion.
Got you. Yeah, I feel it too. No, I do, and that's why I said like I am glad that she's back in that. You know, that they made that happen. So that's legit. But we'll see how that continues to materialize. But apparently she did get her fade fixed up, you know what I'm saying, her Russian fade fixed up a little bit. So I'm excited to see her when she comes back out. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think she plays again or she's retiring?
No, I think she should. I think she should play again.
Yeah, she'll be back.
I mean, yeah, I would think so.
But if she doesn't, y'all can seem like, understand.
I could see if she didn't want to either. Like I could see that, but I mean, she could still dunk. She could still do her thing. Like I don't know. But who knows? She might go like the movie book deal route too. Like this might just turn into a whole different thing, or she might do like more activism, or who knows? You know, I mean, we'll see. She can use this platform now. It's kind of, you know, grown her platform a little bit, I would say.
Yeah. You know, that movie book deal, you know, so probably make her more money than she ever probably would in the WNBA, unfortunately.
I can't wait to hear the stories though. You know, she gonna have some stories with that. So
yeah.
Anthony's right. He said she won't be playing overseas anymore, I'm sure.
Of course, she ain't going nowhere. Would you go anywhere?
Yeah, Anthony said she won't be playing overseas anymore, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, but that's the thing is that's the things that people aren't talking about, the fact that like the WNBA pay scale is so out of whack that she has to go to Russia, and she makes like 10 times more in Russia, you know, for her contracts there than she does in the US. Like, but nobody wants to talk about why she was there in the first place.
Not for sure.
Pop says can't defend her, happy she's home. Happy for her, but got treatment I would not receive. He doesn't like my activism comment either. But the Unk says, I do not believe in negotiating with terrorists. Yeah.
I agree. I think people should have been dealt with.
Grace says she will take on her new celebrity status. I definitely think so. I think that she'll, you know, so we'll see, you know, where it goes from here. But let's see. I think, well, we can kind of move on. I don't know. We have the standings up there, the NBA, but the NBA is hard to talk about right now just because there's so much going on.
It's still early.
You know what I'm saying? It's still going on early, but I am thinking about maybe making a little bit of a contest. Unk is willing to give up like a prize, a rookie card for us to kind of give out as a prize. So we're trying to figure out exactly how we're going to do this contest. But I was thinking maybe we could do it for the Christmas Day games, you know, since there's like a big slate of games, maybe do like pick or something like that. So we're working on that, but hopefully we'll have some more information about that coming real soon for NBA talk. But until then, you know what I'm saying, we'll just see how it goes. I do want to give a shout out to the Pelicans, though. I really like how they beat down the Suns a couple times in a row, and the Zion dunk at the end of the game, and they're leading the West, which is pretty impressive for where they're coming from. So
I'm glad you brought that up. Can we talk about that real quick?
yeah,
Zion doing that dunk was outstanding. I loved every minute of it. I don't know why these guys get mad because these guys stop him from doing it. Then, like,
That's what I said.
that.
Bro,
Like,
I tweeted at the Suns.
Where you at? Why you getting mad because did that? And another thing I don't like, Chris Paul's a punk, man. I'm sorry. I'm going to say he's a punk. And he's always been like that. And stuff he be doing is some sucker stuff he doing. So I'm happy when what's the guy who punched him in the face? Rondo. I'm happy because he's a punk. Stuff he be doing. Like, he elbowed the guy in the face. Like, why he didn't do a dunk? Like, why are you doing it to him, you know? So I just,
not to mention, like, dog, first and foremost, you're too old for that.
Yeah, man.
You're way too old for that. And then, like, he actually ran out in front of him to do it. It's not like he was right next to him and, like, something looked like they weren't fighting for a rebound. He literally ran out in front and then raised. Like, you had no reason at all for that elbow to be raised.
Man, like, come on, dog.
Yeah,
like,
man. Like, yeah,
I'm swinging on him, though. I'm taking the fine. I'm swinging on him. Like, that's why I can't stand the Sun. That's why they always suck. That's why they never win championship. They always be like they are because they got suckers like that. They're a little punk. I don't like that cut.
I should have let off with the Zion dunk. I love it.
Yeah, but I hope they keep doing that. Like, don't stop me from dunking. Then don't get mad because I'm dunking. That's what I'm supposed to be.
The funny thing is, the only reason why they're mad is because they just got their asses handed to them 2 games in a row. Celtics just beat them down, and then they got beat down again by
Dallas. They mad. They mad because that window's shut and they ain't gonna be open again. They had an opportunity to use up 2-0 against the Bucks and you lost.
That window got bars on it.
Now it's got bars on it. Yeah, Anthony West says last year they were up on the Mavericks in the game 6, 24 points, and still throwing lobs with 11 seconds. Pop said he loves the dunk. Sons are crybabies and losers hate them. Booker is totally fake, tough guy.
Very tough. Very fake. You're right.
All right, so that was a good way. No, that was a good way to end NBA talk off with some momentum going into this other sport. So that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, let's keep this thing moving.
So what's next again?
Other sports?
Oh yeah, other sports. Okay, so not football.
Yeah, not basketball. We did that already.
Oh, okay, like hockey.
Yeah, like hockey. Feel me?
Okay, like baseball. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Like soccer, right?
There we go.
Like soccer.
Like other sports.
All right, other sports. The biggest thing going on in the world, as far as the world of sports, is the World Cup. And Argentina locked their place in the final earlier today. I know Anthony West is going to be super excited about that. Tomorrow we have France versus Morocco to see who will have that second spot. But yeah, I want to ask you guys, honestly, have you watched any of the World Cup?
Yeah, I watched a bunch of it. I watched almost every game.
Oh, no, and I would not start this year.
So what about in 4 years when it comes to the U.S.?
I'll pass. I'm pretty sure I can find something else to do.
I
don't think I would ever. I don't think I could ever just watch soccer. That would just blow my mind. Like, I just saw it. I'm not nothing against the sport. I know people love it, but if y'all see me watching soccer, a whole soccer game, something wrong. Y'all call soccer. I would never do it.
All right. Get to know. Check on Marcus if we catch him watching a soccer game.
Please call a doctor. Call 911.
You good, my guy?
Oh man, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, I appreciate the honesty because I had a feeling that Marcus, that was your.
Hopefully, my kids don't play soccer, y'all. Please, please.
You won't be driving them to practice. And you'd be like, that's what's up. Okay, so let's switch up then from soccer. But I will say I think that France gets through, and I think France will win it, even though Argentina's doing pretty good. France is my prediction right now. So we'll see. Kelly was asking where is the World Cup going to be? So it's in a lot of cities. Unfortunately, Arizona did not get one, but Atlanta got one, Kansas City, a couple different places. Anthony Weston says I watched a lot of the matches, so exciting and intense. And Kelly says, Marcus, you can join me at the snack table. So
thank you. Please have some gummies there. Some gummies, fruit snacks. That's all I want.
One of the fruit snacks for you, and any type of gummies you want to partake in. So, but yeah, so I think it will be cool when the World Cup comes in 4 years. But I am kind of irritated that, with us having such a big stadium here and having a lot of soccer matches over the years in the Cardinals, we didn't get it. So I guess we got to step up our campaigning though. We'll see. Anthony West says Ronaldo's getting a $200 million a year contract. My son can play soccer. Yeah, the soccer money is crazy.
Yeah, it's
All right,
insane.
man. Okay, y'all.
I-
All right, you convinced me.
when I
man.
first read that contract, I thought that was like the total of because he ain't got that many years left. You know what I'm saying? But like, no, he said 200 million per year, and it's like what was it 3 years?
Yeah, I think so. It's insane. But he'll be playing at a smaller club that he's going to just dominate the competition. But hey, that's not a bad retirement plan. You know what I'm saying? That's not a bad way to ease out of the game. So
That's real.
all right. So from one alternate other sport that you don't like as much to another that you do love, let's talk about the match. Marcus, did you check out the match Under the Lights this weekend?
Of course. I loved it. I loved the nighttime, so it was cool. I think you'll see more of those. And it's just the trash talk was like the best part of the whole thing. I love it. I think the match is going to be around for a long time because you can do so many things. So many players can play. I'm pretty sure I can see Jordan doing these one time. So it's just some cool people you don't think who like golf are going to be doing it. So it'd be kind of cool, the trash talking. But the only thing about this one is it was kind of weird that it was Tiger didn't play with JT. That was kind of weird because that's like his little brother. So that was kind of odd to see him playing with Rory. I know he likes Rory, but everybody knows JT is his little brother. So I thought I always seen it would be a little different. But I know JT, JT and Jordan Spieth, they grew up together too. So I can say that also. But I just thought I wouldn't see Tiger go against JT. But it was kind of cool to see that though. But the golf, it's kind of the night thing is cool, but in the wintertime it's kind of hard to do it because the grass get real wet, and golfing on wet ground is really hard because you're gonna slip a little bit. The ball's not gonna roll because when you golf, you want the ball when you hit the ball, you want it to roll. But when it's wet, it's gonna sit. It's gonna go down real fast, and you won't get the same thing, So it's a little different. So I was kind of surprised they did a night one during the winter because in the summertime, the grass it'll be pretty cool to do it. But that was kind of strange. I think maybe their schedule probably had to do it this way. But overall, I think it was a good match. But JT and Jordan Spieth, it killed them really. It wasn't even close. But it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was definitely cool seeing Under the Lights. I was curious like how much those generators probably cost them to keep all those generators all over
for real
thing. But yeah, one time a year, a couple times a year for a special thing. I think that's pretty dope. I don't think you could pull it off like on a regular tour stop, but like for something like this, definitely cool seeing it Under the Lights. Tiger, I did feel bad for him. He was just like struggling, man. It felt like he was limping from the very beginning. Even though they could drive their carts, that helped him, but it shows, I guess, why he didn't play in the Hero Challenge recently, and that has a long way to go for next year if he's going to get back to that competitive status. So that was kind of hard to see, but I'm definitely rooting for him. And I feel like they did pair him up with Rory because how Rory was like the front man against Live Golf this year, and kind of Rory was like kind of in the news, and even like Rory a couple weeks ago was like talking about both Tiger and I had COVID before this tournament. That it's like Rory needs to sit down somewhere. Like I feel like he needs to kind of slow his roll because he's trying to be like the next Tiger, but you're not like anywhere near Tiger.
No, I mean, it's too late. He started off being there like that. He was winning and he was almost there. Hot. But it's over now. Like he hasn't won enough in enough time, so that's gonna be all right. I think he's frustrated with that too. But he's still one of the best out there. But you definitely not. There's never been another Tiger. So, but yeah, it was cool. Like I said, the match is really cool. I like hitting the commentator and Charles Barkley. Like he makes it fun. So
yeah, throwing Charles in the mix, like really, I think that really makes it kind of a lot more fun. So
I feel like all sports should just throw Chuck in there every once in a while.
Just
like bring Chuck to UFC, get him in boxing.
He went to NASCAR before, and he was funny there too. Like so, I think we Pops and I seen him before one of the hockey matches last year during the playoffs. He was at the hockey game, so he likes sports. He's got something to say about everything. So I like that. I like that.
His job for real.
And I know one more thing. Last thing I didn't like about the match, it should change. It was too much. I guess you could make it fun though, but it was too much. You're gonna use one club this whole like.
Oh yeah, there were like challenges.
It was like it was too many. I can understand maybe 1 or 2 challenges, but it was like a challenge every hole. Like I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. I don't think Tiger liked that because they had one hole you had to use one club, and they asked Tiger what club you use, and he didn't tell them. I know he was using more than one club. He was doing his own things, but because it's stupid though. But I don't understand why they was doing that.
Right. He's like, I'm Tiger. I'll do what I want.
Yeah, the good thing about it's all about charity too. So the good thing about the charity it was going through, and I think that's another reason why I was doing one club because they didn't want them to get that $1 million or $500,000. They had to make it where they wasn't getting that. Yeah, so that's a lot of money because them guys so good. They could probably do it on every hole. Then you got to give up a lot of money. So
true.
That's probably why they was doing that.
The course did seem a little bit shorter to make it like more action and stuff. A lot of the par threes were like really short. So Anthony West says Chuck and Snoop Dogg both. I agree with that.
I like Snoop, but it's gonna have to be TVMA though, because he gonna slip a couple of times. Charles can do it. He been doing it for a long time, but Snoop, nah, no,
he doesn't have that type of filter. Nah. I feel like anytime Snoop gets caught up like that, he's like, "You brought me here. Like I'm still like, you can't ask me to change." So
not live, you know what I'm saying? Not live. You're gonna have to get him on a recorded session or something.
Right. Make sure you got that delay ready. Yeah. So that's what's up, though. I think we will see some more special events like that in the future, though. The match, like you said, Marcus, there's a lot more they can do with that. So I like the After Dark twist for sure. We do have to say on a sad story, rest in peace to Mike Leach, who passed away this weekend after having some heart complications over the weekend. Passed away Monday. Sad story, but it was very sudden. But Mississippi State will be playing in their bowl game. They think that's what their coach would have wanted them to do. And yeah, he was just at practice on Saturday, so still a very active guy. And he's definitely, a character. He's definitely one of the innovators with that offense at Texas Tech, the air raid offense. But not always like the friendliest to the media, but always just uniquely himself. So that's definitely was sad to see him go out like that.
It's crazy too, because for some reason I thought he was older than he was, but he was only 61.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's young. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy.
Because he's on Mississippi State I think the last 3 years, and he was Texas Tech the longest, right?
Yeah, Texas Tech the longest, and then it was at Washington.
I think he coached Crabtree, I think, right?
Yep, exactly.
That's why I remember him being there, because that's when they beat them Longhorns. I was like, God dang, man. So bro, praying for his family, man. That's kind of rough, because 61 is not old at all, man. So
right. And it's never anything, it's never easier to handle, but just for the suddenness of it to kind of come out of nowhere, I think it's just a good reminder. We always talk about this, unfortunately, but it's good for us to always remember to enjoy our life, because it is not promised,
For sure.
So never a bad time to tell your family and your loved ones that you love them. Strizzy always reminds us of that too. So
it's gonna be a tough game for them, man. I know it's gonna be tough for them.
Yeah, one interesting ironic twist, though, is that their bowl game is played at Raymond James Stadium, where the home of the Buccaneers, so they have Pirates all over, and that was his nickname, is the Pirate. So that was kind of fitting in a way. Hopefully they can come out and win a game for him. USC's Caleb Williams did win the Heisman, even though kind of stumbled a little bit at the end, but still was the most outstanding offensive player. You got to thank our boy Lincoln Riley for that too. They switched up, went from Oklahoma to USC together, and kind of took over the Pac-12 a little bit, tried to take over the Pac-12. Definitely together.
So is that Lincoln Riley's third quarterback to win in the last how many years?
Yeah. So that's Baker, Kyler, and Caleb Williams in the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, and then not only that too. I think Jalen Hurts came in second place when he was there.
Right.
So almost 4. Dude's an offensive genius, you know what I'm saying? He's covering that defense a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Covering that defense a little bit, but he knows what he's doing at the offensive level.
You guys agree he should have won the Heisman, though? Or you think somebody else should have got it?
I don't know. I think he should have, I guess, because, if you look at it, he was I think he was, that guy, the most outstanding player, but it just shows that this year it wasn't a lot of dominant teams. It wasn't the same, Usually there's so many undefeated teams. There's not so many 2-loss teams, but it was just kind of a different year for college football. And out of the guys he's going against, as a Dogs fan, of course, I'm rooting for Stetson Bennett, but realistically, he didn't have a chance to win the Heisman.
No.
Was he finalist?
Yeah, he was a finalist. He went to New York and everything.
Oh, okay.
So I'm glad that he got that experience. But even just seeing who they sent, I'm like, it's got to be Caleb Williams.
Why not? Why did he have a chance? Why you don't think?
It's like the numbers is not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys.
Heisman, go ahead, Marcus.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, so like with the Heisman, man, it's all about numbers. You know what I mean? Like it's usually like who played the best. Like that's the reason why when you look at like USC, you think about so many other teams before them, right? You look at Georgia and it's like, why wouldn't Stetson been up for it? But it's just a numbers game. Georgia is so much more well balanced with defense and running. Like Stetson Bennett doesn't have to do as much as probably Caleb Williams has to do in order for his team to win, right? So, like, again, you look back at Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield, their years, too, outstanding as far as the quarterback position goes. And the Heisman has basically become a quarterback award. So, like, it's just all numbers. He had a huge, crazy year, but that's the only reason why Stetson didn't get up there. But I'm actually glad he did get to be a finalist, though, because I think he did deserve it.
Yeah. Let's see. Pop says, I believe our QB won it by not losing and will be two-time champ, which is rare. Missed again. Yeah, and maybe if the Heisman Trophy ceremony was after the season, maybe it'd be different. And then Anthony Weston says, sorry, A-Dub, I'm hoping TCU takes it. What? Anthony, what? Well, I mean, hey, it would be cool. That'd be a great story. But after seeing how they played against Kansas State, I'm not tripping about TCU. I'm not tripping about TCU. We'll see if they can get through Michigan, but well, I don't know.
They don't have a chance, but they do deserve to be in the playoff. They do. They lost one game.
See why they were picked for sure, but I don't know. But Anthony, is that why? Is it because of the underdog story? Is it is there something about it, TCU that makes you want to root for them, or is it just the Texas connection? I'm curious about that.
They got to beat Michigan first.
Yeah.
So,
and well, I was thinking about this too, though. Even though this doesn't bode well for my team, though, but that the NCAA would love to see Ohio State Michigan be the final, like be the actual championship game. That would be pretty crazy. So I feel like that's how they're the I don't know, the powers that be are leaning, is to see something like that. But Anthony says just because I live here now. Okay, I feel you. But yeah, no.
Ain't nobody being Georgia, man. It ain't happening.
Yeah. And I don't know. I feel good about it though. I'm super excited. I just wish that I could find a way to get some tickets, man. Tickets are just so expensive. So
the crazy thing about it is this time last year, we didn't know Georgia's gonna win championship. They won. Now we like, oh, we know like they the favorite, like to win. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of crazy how a year turns around things, because they get so close before and didn't do it. But
yeah,
it's crazy how they that team now, and they turn the tides.
It's funny. I was rooting for Georgia so much last year just because I didn't want Bama to win. You would have thought I was a Georgia fan. I was rooting for them.
You are, man. You are.
Yeah, man, I'm with Pops. I'm like, we knew.
I'm like, no, y'all didn't. No, we tried. No, you didn't. I know you went for him. Of course, I've been went for him. I went for him too, but we didn't know that was gonna be it. We didn't know that. Stop it. No. Yeah. That was. I don't know. Maybe you did, but I don't think the world knew. So, like we know now, this year we're like, oh,
got you. I feel it though. They needed that big game validation though. They needed to get through it, to get on the other side though. Anthony West says Michigan Georgia is the best game. Michigan or Georgia will win it though. Yeah. On the bottom we have some baseball. We have basically like the best of the remaining free agents: Carlos Carrera, Dansby Swanson, Carlos Rondon, and Andrew Benintendi. So we'll see where they land, but it has been a lot of free agent spending in baseball, and it's pretty much wrapping up now. So we'll see where these last guys land, see if the Yankees are done making moves or not. But
did you guys talk about baseball? Did you talk about last year that how Judge got the contract? You guys talk about it last week?
Oh, Judge, yeah,
we did. Okay, I know we did.
Yeah, I mean it's big money, but at the end of the 9 years or whatever, it won't look so bad. 40 million won't be so bad especially considering like just the way it's going. Everybody's getting paid big money now, so
it's crazy.
Yeah. Pop says we watched us get better and pass Alabama. I do feel like hopefully Georgia can just do it this year though and just become that new standard. You know what I'm saying? And become kind of like how Alabama has been, where Alabama just was there every year or whatever. That's what we need Georgia to be in the playoff every year. So
well, I have a couple of Alabama buddies, and they said those injuries, that's the only reason y'all won last year.
I'm not tripping on it all. It was time finally, and I love how we won it with our defense too. So that was a great day though.
Who's your guys' number one pick, Stroud or Young?
Number 1 pick, I think, will be
Yeah.
Bryce Young. Yeah.
Yeah,
Think so?
definitely. He's a Houston Texan. I'm pretty sure he already signed the contract.
He's already got the checks on the way.
Yeah.
Anthony Weston says Colorado will win it within 3 years. I think that might be a little bit too eager, but I think they'll be in a position to contend within 3 years, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I do think though the playoff is expanding, so that's what's going to be cool. When the playoff expands, there's going to be a lot more teams that get chances to get in. We'll see, though. We'll see.
Colorado has to be like undefeated for the next 2 years for them to be considered for the third. like even if they can go undefeated next year and they still
when it expands, though, all they have to do is win the Pac-12, and a 3-loss team won the Pac-12 this year. So we'll see. But I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited about definitely the playoffs that'll come in. We'll have to do. I want to do a playoff. Sorry, not a playoff. A bowl season a competition too, where we pick all the bowl games. If you guys are down for that, I think that would be pretty dope. And all of the little silly Idaho potato chip bowls will be starting pretty soon. So we'll try to get on that for next week for sure.
True.
That's all I think I pretty much got though. I think we'll wrap it up there.
I had one thing I want to ask y'all. Did you guys watch the Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James son play yesterday?
No, I saw some.
No.
Yeah, they played against each other. Christ is King and they were Sarah. They played yesterday. It's an okay game, but it was all celebrities was there. I didn't know that Scott Pippen's son plays on the same team with LeBron James' son, and his son is pretty good too. You had Kardashian was there because a lot of good friends with them is in LA. It was there. Carmelo was there. Different people like that. So it was a celebrity game. It was pretty good, but they kind of blew it up a little bit because I just say LeBron and Carmelo's son, they're not good as they were in high school. So it's
Right.
Carmelo's son does have a good jump shot. He got tall. He's pretty tall. He got a good jumper. Yeah, he might be 6'5". He's pretty tall. Yeah. And then LeBron's son, he's LeBron's son. They're not playing against no good people. So he does what he does. But I still don't think he's gonna be that guy. But
yeah, probably won't pan out like that. But it is funny though to see like that they got that much coverage, basically just being a legacy game, like basically because of who they're related to. So.
And they show the picture they guarded each other, and they show the picture when Carmelo's at Oak Hill and LeBron, it's St. Whatever his name is. St. Mary's. Yeah. They show the picture. They're like kind of cool to see the picture, but those guys ain't that good. I think because like LeBron came from nothing, so they say he was working hard. These guys are like rich kids, so it's like we just don't used to do it. So
got all
can't
the
blame
training
too much. Can't blame too much, but it's kind of cool.
A little bit different, yeah, for sure. No, that's what's up. That's what's up. I like that. I'm interested to see what happens. I feel like they're gonna change the rule for Bronny so he can come straight out of high school. But it's just crazy how much like a story like that could actually change like the rules of the NBA, like just because we want to see LeBron play with his son, like, and the fact that he's probably going to get drafted only because of who he is. So it's pretty
happens.
Yeah. So all right, that's what's up. Well, we'll be back Thursday for Secure the Bag, our Week 15 NFL picks, and then we'll be back next week for episode 173. Which I think will be one of our last shows before Christmas. So a lot of stuff going on, but hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for rocking with us in the comment section. Appreciate all of y'all. And until next week, it's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Suzy.
Happy holidays, y'all, man. It's almost here. Next week, baby.
Holidays.
Almost here.
And you say the truth. They open up my eyes.